Hi guys, Twitch here from Creep Designs. I probably won't be talking as much as usual today because I am trying to fight off a sinus infection. My throat is very sore, so I'm doing the best I can. It is very windy today. Hang on, buddy. Hang on, mate. Yes. So today I'm going to be working on this set of nesting tables. I've already cleaned them and I've sanded the top because I'll be staining the top. Yeah. Stick with me. So now that I'm applying the second coat, as I do this, I'm going to dip my brush in the paint, and then I'm just using a misting bottle to spray the end of my brush and then brushing it on. I didn't use the misting bottle, I didn't wet my brush for the first coat because I just find it goes on better without the water for the first coat, but the water definitely helps it glide on a lot easier for the following coat or coats, however many you're doing. This is my first time working with Dixie Belle paint, but this is basically the same technique I use for other paint brands. So far I'm really happy with this paint. I'm actually really enjoying it. It's going on really easy. It's very even. It isn't drying with different different strokes or different. It's not uneven. I'm sorry, I'm really struggling today. I am doing the very best I can, but my brain's only working at half speed. Right, so I have finished painting all of the areas, and rather than taping off the top of it, which I really couldn't be bothered doing, I just painted the edge, and then once dry I went around with my multi-tool to sand all of the paint off the top surface, and then I just touched up with a little touch-up brush anywhere that I had any accidents with the sander. So I'm going to stain the top with Dixie Belle no pain gel stain in walnut. Just like the paint, this is my first time using this. I'm probably going to have people tell me that I'm doing it wrong, but if it works, right? I'm going to start with using what's on the lid. I absolutely love that colour. That stain is amazing. I'm really happy with that. So I'll leave that to dry, and I'll get on to the other ones. So I'm going to have a go at going around the edges with a small brush, because I had trouble getting into the edges with the cloth. So I'll see if this is better. Right, so now that this is all dry, I'm going to be using Dixie Belle Bells and Whistles Sunflower Transfer on the tops. So I'm gonna be mostly doing them around the edges or in the corners, not smack bang in the middle. So I'm hoping if I do get any of the I don't want the transfer on these edges. So I'm hoping that if I do get the transfer on the painted parts, I should be able to just like sand it a little bit and paint over it, because I need to touch up the edges anyway from where I went over with the stain. So it shouldn't be too big of a problem. Alright, so I would know I want to use this one. I want to start off with using this one on this bigger table. I'm thinking I might put it over here. So I'm going to cut that one off. Make sure there's no dust or anything on that surface. So I started doing something, preparing to do something funky with the feet. And I taped off the base of the legs. And I was like, no, I don't have to measure these. It'll be right. It won't be noticeable. But I noticed it. I could see it. And it was bugging me. So, I have decided to measure it. And I'm using this amazing... Look at the colour of this. I love it. Green is my favourite colour. So this has me convinced that taping is not that bad. So the way I'm doing this, I'm measuring these at 7.5 centimetres for some reason. So the easiest way I found to do this is to get my ruler. Sorry, that was loud. Put the end of the tape at my measurement. So I've got it like that. And then stand it next to the leg. Like that. Take the ruler off. And just make sure the bottom of the tape lines up. Alright, so now that I've got these all taped off, I'm going in with Dixie Belle Gemstone Mousse in the colour Amber. See if we can get that to focus. Really beautiful colour. I was going to be really rough and just use my finger, but instead I'm going to use one of these little sleek touch-up brushes. This is my first time using it, just like everything else from Dixie Belle. So let's see how I go. Apparently you gotta shake it first. Hopefully you can see this well enough. And apparently you don't need much. Oh my god. I nearly knocked the whole pot off my bench. There's a bit of something in that. Sealing the whole piece with Dixie Belle clear coat in satin. Ow. Shouldn't use my teeth to do that. And I'm using a 38mm sleek brush to seal this. that's it, guys. If you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe. For all of the products used on these pieces, you can find the link to Capriole Shabby Chic in the description, as well as a link to Sleek brushes for all the brushes and tape I used. Thanks, guys.